My child, pause this very instant. The breath you just took, did you feel it? That heartbeat echoing in your chest, did you hear it? Each one is a gift from me, a precious moment of life slipping through your fingers like sand in an hourglass. I am the Lord your God, the creator of time itself, and I have an urgent message for you. The world tells you to watch the clock, but I say to you, watch your life. For even as you listen to these words, your allotted time on this earth diminishes. Imagine, my beloved, that I were to reveal to you the exact number of your remaining days. Would you live differently? Would you love more fiercely? Would you seek me more earnestly? The truth is, I have numbered your days, but in my wisdom, I've hidden that number from you, not to cause you anxiety, but to ignite in you a holy urgency. For in the uncertainty of your life's duration lies the seed of your greatest potential. Listen closely, for what I am about to tell you will shake the very foundations of how you perceive your existence. Time, my child, is not merely a concept or a measurement. It is a precious commodity I have entrusted to you, a talent to be invested wisely. Yet in the rush of your modern world, you have forgotten its true value. You chase after the wind, filling your days with busyness, mistaking motion for meaning. Do you not see? The same devices that promised to save you time now consume it voraciously. Your ancestors, who traveled by foot and communicated by scrolls, often found more time for reflection, for community, for seeking my face. How is it that you, with all your advancements, feel more rushed, more harried, more time-poor than ever before? This, my beloved, is the great deception of your age. The enemy has twisted my gift of progress into a snare, trapping you in a cycle of perpetual hurry, robbing you of the peace and purpose I intended for your days. But I, the Lord of hosts, the King of kings, declare to you now, it is time to break free from this bondage of busyness. Remember the words I spoke through my servant Moses. Teach us to number our days that we may gain a heart of wisdom. Psalm 90:12. This is not a call to anxious counting, but to holy awareness. Each sunrise is a reminder of my faithfulness. Each sunset an opportunity to reflect on a day lived in my purpose. Now, my child, let me speak to you of a truth that many in your world have forgotten or denied, the universal condition of sin. Regardless of your background, your achievements, or your social standing, you share in this spiritual malady. It is a heart disease that no earthly physician can cure, no amount of good deeds can erase. Study my word, for in it you will find wisdom that transcends the ages. Let the scriptures be a lamp to your feet and a light to your path. Meditate on my truths day and night, and watch as your mind is renewed and your spirit is strengthened. For my word is living and active, sharper than any two-edged sword, able to discern the thoughts and intentions of the heart. Pray without ceasing, for prayer is the breath of your soul. It is in those quiet moments of communion with me that you will find clarity, peace, and direction. Pour out your heart to me, and I will fill you with my presence. Remember the words of my servant Paul. Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests. This sin sickness distorts your perception of time. It whispers lies, telling you that you have forever, that there will always be another day to seek me, to make amends, to fulfill your divine calling. But I, the Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end, tell you that now is the time. Today is the day of salvation. Do not be deceived by the illusion of time's abundance. Your heart beats a finite number of times. Each breath you take is a gift, not a guarantee. I have appointed a time for every purpose under heaven, and only I know the moment when I will call you home. But fear not, my precious one. This truth is not meant to paralyze you with dread, but to awaken you to the glorious potential of each moment. For in recognizing the brevity of life, you can discover its sweetness. In understanding the limit of your days, you can unleash their limitless potential. I offer you now the remedy for this universal heart condition, a relationship with me through my Son, Jesus Christ. He who knew no sin became sin for you, that in him you might become the righteousness of God. This, my child, is the key to redeeming the time. For when you align your heart with mine, when you surrender your moments to my will, you tap into the eternal. Suddenly, the mundane becomes sacred, the ordinary becomes extraordinary. I call you now to a life of divine purpose, a life lived in the light of eternity. Do not waste another precious second on trivial pursuits or meaningless conflicts. Instead, invest your time in that which will last beyond this fleeting life. Study my word, for in it you will find wisdom that transcends the ages. Let the scriptures be a lamp to your feet and a light to your path. Meditate on my truths day and night, and watch as your mind is renewed and your spirit is strengthened. For my word is living and active, sharper than any two-edged sword, able to discern the thoughts and intentions of the heart. Pray without ceasing, for prayer is the breath of your soul. It is in those quiet moments of communion with me that you will find clarity, peace, and direction. Pour out your heart to me, and I will fill you with my presence. Remember the words of my servant Paul. Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition with thanksgiving, present your requests to God. Philippians 4:6. Serve others with love and compassion, for in doing so, you serve me. Every act of kindness, every word of encouragement, every sacrifice made in love, these are eternal investments that will yield dividends long after your earthly journey has ended. For whatever you do for the least of these, you do for me. Share the good news of my love with those around you. Do not keep the light of my truth hidden, but let it shine brightly for all to see. For in saving souls, you participate in my eternal purpose, and your time on earth gains everlasting significance. Remember, there is no greater joy in heaven than when one lost soul returns to me. My child, I know the challenges you face. I see the demands on your time, the pressures that threaten to overwhelm you. But remember, I am the Lord of time itself. When you surrender your schedule to me, I can multiply your minutes and expand your effectiveness beyond what you thought possible. Think of Moses, who led my people for 40 years in the wilderness, or of David, who began as a shepherd boy and became a king after my own heart. Consider my servant Paul, who in a few short decades spread the gospel across the known world. These were men who understood the value of time and used it for my glory. You too have a unique calling, a specific purpose that only you can fulfill. Do not compare your journey to others or wish for more time. Instead, make the most of the moments I have given you, for I promise you, when you seek first my kingdom and my righteousness, all these things will be added unto you. Remember, my child, that while time can be a harsh taskmaster, it is also forgiving. No matter how you have spent your days up until now, this very moment offers you a new beginning. You cannot change the past, but you can shape your future by the choices you make today. Let go of regrets that weigh you down. Release the burden of past mistakes. I, the God of second chances, offer you forgiveness and a fresh start. Embrace it with all your heart, and watch as I make all things new. For my mercies are new every morning. Great is my faithfulness. As you navigate the swift currents of life, anchor yourself in my unchanging love. For while the world around you may shift and change, I remain the same yesterday, today, and forever. My promises are sure, my faithfulness unending. Take heart, beloved, for though your earthly life is short, I offer you eternity. Every moment you spend in my presence echoes into forever. Every act of obedience ripples through time, touching lives in ways you may never fully comprehend this side of heaven. So number your days that you may gain a heart of wisdom. See each sunrise as a gift, each sunset as an opportunity to reflect on a day well lived. Let the brevity of life inspire you to love more deeply, forgive more quickly, and serve more passionately. For those who are weary, who feel that time has slipped away and left them behind, hear my words of hope. It is never too late to begin anew in me. I am the God who makes streams in the desert and paths in the wilderness. With me, all things are possible. To the young, full of vigor and dreams, I say, do not waste your youth on fleeting pleasures. Invest your energy in pursuits that will bear fruit for eternity. Seek me in the days of your strength, that I may guide your steps and establish your ways. To those in the prime of life, juggling responsibilities and racing against the clock, I urge, find your rest in me. Let me order your days and establish your priorities. For when you abide in me, you will bear much fruit, fruit that will last. And to my beloved elderly, who have weathered many seasons, I remind you, your usefulness is not over. Your wisdom is needed. Your prayers are powerful. In your twilight years, you can shine brightest for my kingdom. My child, as you ponder these words, resolve in your heart to live with eternal perspective. Let every tick of the clock remind you of my love, every passing hour an opportunity to draw closer to me. For I have plans for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. But these plans unfold in my time, not yours. Trust in my timing even when you cannot understand it. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways. As you surrender your time to me, watch in wonder as I work all things together for your good. See how I can take even your mistakes and weave them into a beautiful tapestry of grace. For I am the Redeemer of time, the restorer of years the locust has eaten. My beloved, the day is coming when time as you know it will cease. The sun will no longer mark your days, nor the moon your nights. In my eternal kingdom, you will dwell in everlasting light, free from the constraints of earthly time. Until that glorious day, make every moment count. Live with urgency, not out of fear, but out of love for me and for those I have placed in your life. Let your time on earth be a testament to my grace, a reflection of my love, a beacon of hope in a world that is passing away. Remember, my child, that in me your labor is not in vain. Every second invested in my kingdom builds treasures in heaven where moth and rust do not destroy. So run with perseverance the race marked out for you, fixing your eyes on Jesus, the author and perfecter of your faith. The clock is ticking, my beloved, but do not be anxious. Instead, be filled with joyful anticipation. For as you use your time wisely, as you walk in step with my spirit, you are preparing yourself for an eternity of wonder, joy, and purpose beyond your wildest imagination. Go now, with my blessing. May your days be filled with my presence, your hours overflow with my love, and your moments sparkle with the joy of knowing me. For in me you will find not just the fulfillment of time, but life abundant, now and forevermore. I am with you always, even to the end of the age. Make every moment count, for my glory and for your eternal good. With everlasting love, your heavenly Father,